Atmos has energy in it. And like free energy, if you study Tesla, you'll know there was free flowing electricity up there. And it excites the elements, and that like glows. I think that's kind of what it is. I can't explain everything, but I'm giving you some ideas for you to look into. Okay?
I respect that. Are there flat earthers all around the globe?
No, not the globe, dear. We're only on the flat earth. Well, you're a flat earther and you just don't know it yet.
No.
So, like I was here earlier saying the planes are attracted to like the North Pole.
Yeah.
Now, if like you guys really wanted to prove your point, could you like take the sensors out or something that would attract it to the North Pole and just make it so it could just keep on going straight?
Well, yeah, but you know what? The government would prevent all of that. And I'm not trying to get out of it. There's a guy who has a plane and he takes infrared photography out of his plane. And that's J. Tolan Media 1. And you're going to watch the video I'm taking now. So then you'll be able to remember that. J. Tolan Media 1. He can see 1,200 miles. 1,200 miles in infrared. How does that happen on a globe? That's like 1/24th the way around, a 24,000 mile equator. How does that happen? It's not a ball. That's how it happens. It's not a ball.
Have you ever heard the theory that the Earth is a donut?
I did, and you know what? If you look at the torus field, okay, and if we are in here in the inertial, plane, there would be a gap around the North Pole, around the center stem, and this is also interesting because since the Bible was brought up, I'll tell you that part of it. The Bible says the tree in the middle of the garden that you can see from the whole garden, that could be this. That could be that. So there would be a gap around the North Pole. There would be a gap around the Antarctica and the top and the bottom. We are the inertial plane. That's what I teach.
What about the tree of life and what do you believe in?
The tree in the center of the garden, don't touch it. Don't eat from it. That's what is in there, right?
But I have a question.
If it's made of electricity, maybe you don't want to touch it, it'll fry you. I don't know.
You did touch it.
I'm totally convinced.
They did.
I've seen the light.
Yeah, and I have a question.
They didn't.
Well, we have to see what that really means. What does that really mean?
Now, all right? I've seen the light.
And you were.
It said you'll die.
Yeah. Well, actually, no. In the Bible, it says you'll die as in.
Spiritual death.
Spiritual death.
I understand.
Well, they did not automatically die. They died as in when we die, we will go to heaven.
Right, I know, and we get told these things by the preacher, but it could mean something a little bit different that they don't know about. I don't know.
And another thing, you were quoting the Bible. In the Bible, it does say there was a great flood. Wouldn't all the water just go flowing off the edge of the earth and go away?
Well, you know what? If it's within the dome, if you look at the coastlines we have now are not the original coastlines. Look at one of those maps that can like show you through the water, and the coastlines are way farther out. And that was the original coastline. And if you add like 150 feet of water or take it away, a lot of the land is connected. Like from England to Europe, that's connected. And from Alaska to Russia, that's connected. Only by 150 feet of water. You take that away, and you've got land bridges all over.
Are we on a supercontinent?
Okay?
Are we in a supercontinent right now?
Flat Earth is the only thing I'm talking about unless I feel like it. So go ahead.
So if the Earth is actually flat, can you explain who Joe is?
Explain what?
Explain who Joe is.
Joe? Is it you, NASA?
No, it's not me.
Have no idea. Okay. Anybody have a really well thought out question?
I do.
Okay, what?
Okay, so if the Earth is actually physically flat, what is on the bottom?
Well, they only dug a hole 8 miles deep, so after that, I don't know.
Well, that's probably because it got too hot because the core is down there.
Well, that could be.
Do you believe in the core? And I also have a genuine question.
No, there is no core. If there is no ball, there's no core.
But what about the gravitational pull?
Well, see, the gravity is pulling to the center of the ball. Did you know that over 1,000 degrees, metal loses its magnetism? You know that, right? And the core is like 2,500, right? Okay. So I think there's a push down, not a pull down, because we live in a torus field. So There's a lot to this. Wait, go ahead, young lady.
Have you been in
A hot air balloon?
no? Have you been in a
Airplane?
spaceship
No.
to see?
Now you know that's not, you know, who would be in a spaceship? I'm telling, it is my opinion that not even the astronauts were in the
This
spaceship.
thing called an SR-71 Blackbird that flies like what, 40,000
Okay.
altitude.
Yeah, high flying U-2 planes, I get it.
Flies like what, 60,000.
Anybody else? What?
So if the Earth is flat, then are you saying that the birds work for the bourgeoisie?
The birds, what?
Work for the bourgeoisie?
I have no idea what that is.
Are birds real?
Well, you should know if you know about flat Earth, though.
Birds.
Flat Earth is definitely fake.
So, how can we go from multiple centuries of
Ignore the
research that the
little
Earth is
middle school.
Okay, who writes the textbooks?
my parents?
Who writes the textbooks? Anybody?
No, just ignore the middle schooler education.
Who writes the textbooks?
The government.
The government. The government.
Lies to us all the
Which
time.
one do you want?
The flat Earth.
And I'm here to
This
stop
thing?
the lies, all right?
You can believe whatever you want. You can believe what you want.
I believe in Zeus.
Go ahead. What do you want? Another card? Okay, this is the last one you're getting. And if I find them ripped up, that will be it.
Can I have
Yes, sir.
Could you explain volcanoes if there's no core?
There's a theory on that. There's a theory that no, excuse me.
What about the
That
Yellowstone supervolcano?
that an ancient civilization came here and was doing mining operations, and they put all the refuse in a pile, and now it's heating up. But that's just one theory. I don't know.
The theory.
I don't know.
Hey, can you sign this for me?
No.
Where does the water go? Like, does the water just like fall off?
Where does the water go? This is Antarctica, and that holds in all the oceans. It goes all the way around. It's not like this. Captain Cook, excuse me. Here, look at this. Captain Cook logged 60,000 miles. He was an experienced sea captain. He was following the shore of Antarctica. He logged 60,000 miles in his book. So guess how long this shoreline is? This is 9, but this is 60. See how there's a big discrepancy there. So you figure it out. You figure it out. Go ahead.
Do you believe in the North and the South Pole?
Yeah, the North Pole's in the center, and that's magnetic. But the South Pole goes all the way around. That's an edge, the South Rim.
How is there a magnetic force?
We don't know that. We don't know that.
Did you just say that around the outside, the circumference of the Earth? So
The flat Earth, the flat Earth.
Right. So you think it's a circle like this, correct?
Yeah.
So you think that the circumference is 60 miles? Is what you just said.
60,000.
Okay. All right. That's fine.
Yeah. Okay. You know what I see here? I see a lot of kids thinking, and that's wonderful. Even if you don't accept it, just thinking is good. Thinking is good.
I'm thinking about the flies.
If you walk straight, will you walk
My
off
only
the
thought
edge
is
of the earth?
food.
I don't know what's down there.
No, if you walk straight, will you walk off
You guys like one?
Food.
No, if you walk
Try and be serious. I know it's tough when you have all those raging hormones.
Well, I just said my only thought is food.
No, if you walk straight, will you walk off the edge of the earth?
I'm sorry?
If you walk straight, will you, for as long as you can, will you walk off the edge of the earth?
I don't know. I've never been down to Antarctica.
So you won't?
I don't know, I said.
How many states have you been to?
Probably 6 or 7, I think. Yeah. Yes, I have been to England.
Can you name them?
Oh, no, I'm not here to answer you about my personal questions. I don't have any personal business with you.
Oh, man.
Okay. I'll see you guys in a little bit. Think of something really good and come back and get me. Whee! They're thinking. That's all I care about, if they're thinking.
Hey, wait.
What?
Explain this.
Explain what?
The Earth?
Yeah, where'd you get that?
Google?
What's the NASA website?
No.
Okay, it's a computer-generated image. That's what they put out. That's what they will show you. Computer generated images. They tell you that. They will come right out and tell you it's computer generated.
Actually, I have a question.
Okay?
If the Earth is flat, then how do we have solid things that are actually 3D?
What solid things, dear?
Like Mars and the moon.
You don't know that.
Aren't this
You don't know that.
People have been up in
No, they have not. What I think, and what you think is different. That's what we're different, and you can still get along even though you're different, right?
solid. I have to take it.
What?
This is solid.
No.
Are these all computer generated?
Ay, 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 ay. What? Is it good? Good question? All right. What?
Government saying that the Earth is round, and like, what's the motive?
They're hiding something. That's the motive. They're hiding something. Now, what are they hiding? That's what we have to figure out. I know they're hiding free electricity. Tesla proved that there's free electricity. So they're hiding that. I think they're hiding our history, our true history. So all those things, you got to figure them out. See? But if you don't know that the Earth could be flat, and I'm showing you evidence, then you don't know to look for it, right?
We got video recordings in outer space showing that
So could I drive a
And who put that out? And can you make that? Let me tell you. Do you know who was on the first board of NASA? Walt Disney, Mr. Fantasy himself. Did you know that?
Yes.
No, you didn't.
he did it because he
So Walt Disney was on the first board of NASA. Why? And all the German scientists they brought over with Operation Paperclip. What's going on about that? You got to think. Start thinking.
I have a question.
Okay.
Aren't these all computer generated?
I've got him. I'm sorry.
Aren't these all computer